thought of working out at 3 AM or eating steaks for breakfast? Well, these are just some of the Justice League stars' secrets to get their superhero bodies. But did you know that just a few years ago, some of them were completely unrecognisable? But as they need to portray characters with superpowers, obviously they have to undergo an intense physical and mental preparation. Let's check out their amazing transformations. Let's kick off with the character of Wonder Woman, who in the latest DC films is portrayed by Gal Gadot, who actually had to put on weight in order to play her role. Yep, Gal Gadot has been famous since her bikini-clad walks in the Fast and Furious movies for her slim figure. But Wonder Woman and her superhuman powers required much more strength, specifically 8 kilos of muscles, which the actress managed to achieve through intense training. Gal Gadot has always been a sporty girl, with her mum being a PE teacher who taught her to swim at the age of 4, followed by 12 years of ballet. And in addition to that, many hours of tennis, basketball, volleyball and rock climbing. Furthermore, once she became an adult, she was drafted in the Israeli army, where she followed a strict military training. But regardless of all this, the actress confessed nothing was as hard as getting in shape for Wonder Woman, training 6 hours a day for 6 months without even one day off. And if that wasn't enough, on the set of the first Wonder Woman movie, she was even 5 months pregnant. Now let's move on to the character of Batman, portrayed by Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck is considered by many the perfect example of an actor who made it out of highs and lows, both from a professional and personal perspective, with one of the most noticeable transformations. Divorcing, struggling with alcohol, criticised roles, all led to stress showing itself even from a physical point of view. He went from his younger years with a fit body to focusing more on his personal life and, understandably, less on the weight. But a huge change for him arrived when he got one of Hollywood's most sought-after roles. As a matter of fact, Ben Affleck has been portraying Bruce Wayne since Batman vs Superman, and when the time came to prepare for his role, a big problem arose. Batman nearly always wears a very heavy suit, so on the contrary of his previous roles where he could work all day on set just wearing a t-shirt and trousers, here Affleck not only had to train to achieve Batman's ripped body, but also just have the strength to stand all day with the suit on. Also, Batman's look in the latest DC movies is very specific. He's slightly older, battle-scarred, so he needed to convey the idea of a character who has been through a lot, just as you can see in Zack Snyder's Justice League. So jogging and a few crunches just wouldn't cut it. As a matter of fact, the actor was followed by a Beverly Hills dietitian who even forbid him to eat milk products or carbs at night, and he worked out with various personal trainers, gaining 11 kilos in just 4 months. Affleck's last film before taking on the role of Batman was in Gone Girl, and if he already looked a little buff there, it's because he was already training to become Bruce Wayne. So he would wake up super early to work out before going on set, or late at night, so it was also a huge mental effort, not just a physical journey. Now let's move on to Superman, portrayed by Henry Cavill. If you thought the actor's always had a breathtaking body, well, not everyone thinks the same way. As a matter of fact, he was rejected as a potential James Bond when the director of Casino Royale bluntly told him he was too fat for the role. But instead of feeling discouraged, Henry Cavill started working out and paying close attention to what he ate, later being chosen for the role of Superman, for which he was followed by personal trainer Mark Twight, famous for running a very exclusive gym, accessible only upon invitation, and where only, let's say, important people can train. As a matter of fact, the trainer is known for helping various superheroes, in addition to being the trainer on films like 300. It is rumoured that his gym doesn't even have spots to sit and take a break, to keep the concentration high. Long before Justice League, Cavill's first role as Superman was in Man of Steel, for which he worked out 3 hours a day for 10 months, all while he was working on other movies. And over the course of the years leading up to Justice League, he perfected his body, even going through a dark moment with The Witcher, for which he would wake up at 3 AM to train before going on set for 15 or 16 hours a day. But now in Justice League, his body is fantastic, and it is rumoured that he has to eat a whopping 5,000 calories a day to maintain it. And now let's speak about Jason Momoa, who portrays Aquaman, and who joined the Justice League already in an exceptional shape. As a matter of fact, the actor was already well known for his curated body, noticeable especially in the series Game of Thrones. But looking back at his past, Momoa hasn't always been this huge. As a matter of fact, he has changed a lot from the years of Baywatch. And if we're talking numbers, legend has it that his chest measures 130 centimeters and one bicep 50 centimeters. As a matter of fact, the actor trains even 3 times a day and mostly enjoys doing outdoor exercise such as boxing, surfing, and his beloved rock climbing. And although he portrays the superhero who spends most time in the water, in real life Jason Momoa doesn't particularly enjoy swimming. On the contrary, he finds it boring and has compared it to walking on a treadmill. But the other exercises definitely made the body, and to get in perfect shape for the role, at one point he worked out so much he put on 10 kilos of muscle in just 1 month. And what about food? Cheat meals are a rare occurrence. The only guilty pleasure he has is a beer every now and again, although his diet does include some odd choices like honey sandwiches before working out. But if we're speaking of odd dietary choices, even another Justice League actor has shared some of his meals with his fans. Ray Fisher, who portrays Cyborg, has stated that with all the exercise he does, he's always starving and would eat anything. He actually says he's often even eaten steaks for breakfast. Just as with Batman, even Cyborg had to recreate a very specific body type and not just bulk up. In fact, before becoming Cyborg, his character was a promising football player, and the actor did a lot of CrossFit in order to obtain the perfect body. And all the effort definitely paid off, as he went on set with 14 kilos of extra muscle. And now let's move on to The Flash, portrayed by Ezra Miller. By taking a look at Miller's overall career, we immediately notice all roles and bodies very different from what you would usually expect from a superhero. As a matter of fact, back at the time, many DC fans complained about his casting, claiming he was too scrawny for the role. But they all changed their mind after seeing the huge transformation the actor achieved over the course of 3 months, showing up at the Batman vs Superman red carpet with a fitter and much bigger body. His secret to success? Apparently just eating a lot. So from the looks of it, the only Justice League character who doesn't really need to show off his abs is the Joker, even though it wouldn't even be too hard for him, as the actor who portrays him, Jared Leto, is famous for being super healthy, vegan, sporty, and definitely doesn't look 50 years old. Now, what do you think about these transformations? Do you feel inspired by the actor's stories? Let us know everything with a comment below. And if you always want to be the first to discover the latest news on your favourite stars, the latest releases, behind the scenes moments, and lesser known details, make sure to subscribe and to tap the notification bell so you'll be updated across all your devices. And if you want to show the world your love for the big and little screen, check out our awesome store with a huge selection of cool shirts, sweaters, and many more movie-themed products right below this video.